In today's episode of Homesteady, my mom and dad are visiting and they're working on a really cool project for their grandson. They also surprised me with not one, but two really awesome gifts for my new workshop. And the reveal you have been waiting months for. We finally show you the finished product. This disaster garage has turned into an amazing workspace. Stay tuned to see that incredible reveal.
What's going on here today?
All right,
we're making a Lego table.
What? As you can see, we finished this beautiful shop table yesterday and we're putting it to work today. What do we got planned for today?
Lego table.
Lego table.
These kiddos are gonna do a project with their grandparents and I'm pretty much just gonna film it. So you guys get to work and I'm gonna get behind this camera.
And supply the food.
And supply food, yeah.
Okay, so number one grandson. You're happy with the size of this table,
yes.
right? Okay. So what I gotta do is I gotta get a length for what they're gonna be.
Mom and Dad planned coming down on this trip to help me set up the shop and put that shop table up, and they wanted to do something fun with the kids, a project. So my son is real big into Legos, so they're gonna build a Lego table, kind of similar to the shop table we built on yesterday's video, but it's gonna be like a mini version for him to build his Legos on. And then my daughter, she has her goats, they're gonna be coming into milk soon, and she needed a milk stanchion. So they're gonna work on a milk stanchion for the goats and a Lego table, and they're gonna use the new shop to build everything. So we're putting the shop to work already.
Say this is an inch, all right? So you start at 2 feet, you minus the inch, and then these were 2-inch casters, all right? Those were actually 2.5.
What's it time for?
Lunch.
Let's go.
Alright, let's go.
That's because the doors are at me.
Okay, so
Or chip.
are all the saws unplugged in safety position before we leave the shop?
Nope, that one has to.
Okay.
Well, let's show
Any
the
hand
kids.
saws?
So when JoJo said are all the saws in safety position, he wants to make sure that when we're using a chop saw, this is what this is, that we push it all the way down. And see that pin? Gets put in. You want to do that now?
And you can unplug it?
Yeah, unplug it first. So why don't you do it?
Because you don't want a brother or sister with
So
only
now
one
it's
hand.
unplugged. It's completely safe. Pull this down towards you.
Every time you do,
With this
you
hand,
leave the shop,
that way
you
you
put
can
everything
reach the-
in its safe position.
And then you push your pin. Can you reach the pin at the same time?
Where is my pin?
All the way back here. See my finger right there?
These saws here, you
And let
make
it
sure
go.
they're unplugged.
Now it's safe. And it's unplugged, so it was safe for you while you did that. Good job. Excellent.
All right, the skill saws, circular saws unplugged. The puppy coming?
Oh, he can come out. Yeah, open the door.
Still sleeping.
He'll live in there. He's a watchdog now.
Come on.
He's a good boy.
I don't think he wants to come out. It's warm in here. He don't want to come out. He's like, you know what? It's really warm in here.
What time is it?
It's time for lunch.
What time is it?
It's time for lunch. It's time for lunch.
All right.
All right. Looking so cute in your brand.
Hey, Bubba, how's it going?
Good.
Yeah?
Good. So we got the sideboards down so that the Legos don't fall off. And then next we're probably gonna screw on the legs. And then we'll pretty much be done.
Already?
I don't
We're
know.
going to put a bottom shelf on it so we can store boxes and stuff.
Ooh.
Boxes of what?
I don't.
Soda.
Don't. How's Grampy Jojo as a boss?
Good. Yeah.
Good boss?
Can we ask them Ginger right now? Grampy Jojo?
We don't have any. Are those chops?
So while the grandparents worked with the kids on the Lego table, it was time for me to get to work setting up a pegboard. I wanted to hang a pegboard in the shop behind the work table so that we could hang all our tools and have everything organized and in its place. To hang a pegboard, the first thing that you have to do is build a frame for the pegboard to hang on so that there's some space behind the pegboard and the actual wall that you're hanging it on. If you were to just hang the pegboard flush to your wall, it wouldn't work properly. So we built this framework out of furring strips. We essentially made a big long rectangle with vertical strips every 2 feet, and we were able to hang the pegboard to the furring strips, no problem, just with some screws. And now the pegboard was hung and ready to start customizing. It was really nice having the big table to work on. If you missed yesterday's video, we showed you how we built this big table. It's a design of my dad's. This giant work table allowed me to work on my project. My parents worked with the kids. We had plenty of room in the workshop, and I could see already how much we're going to be able to accomplish in our new Homestead workshop thanks to this setup.
Right now, they're working on my son's Lego table, finishing that up. I just finished hanging the pegboard on the back wall there. On the back wall, we're going to have our tools hung, and then underneath that, in the future, I'm going to build like a shelf, kind of like a bookshelf. And we'll be able to store all the tools, all the drills, cords, everything to plug stuff in, have a charging station, all right there in this first bay. Clearing some space in this building, getting rid of a lot of stuff has opened up so much room that now we can have this really nice carpentry shop, all the tools organized. It's going to be really just an incredible tool to get things made and built here on the farm.
Starting to look like a table.
Yeah. A shark fin in the water.
It does look like a shark fin. You do it like this down here.
Hey, why is this a little bit hairy?
Hey Bob, what's the lip for? Tell us about that cutaway
so
there.
that your hands can build all the stuff they want.
What's this for?
Oh, that's for so that the Legos don't fall off the side.
Oh man, don't you hate when Legos fall off the sides?
Is it a hair snug?
Yeah.
Well, we can trim a little bit if we had to.
What are we putting on here?
Another legs. We're doing the 4 legs. Okay. You ready? You got your DeWalt super gun.
Super good.
Good. Good. Want to go over there and help me spin this? We're going to spin it around, and we're going to put this edge over there. So walk that way with it. Walk that way. Okay, good enough.
I picked up a kit. It's the Blue Hawk hooks and hangers.
Nice.
Kind of
the kit.
I got the mixed kit.
Nice.
Yeah. Kind of like a little bit of everything that you might need.
Perfect.
We're gonna give it a shot. Looks so much smaller when you open the packaging. Behold! Are you impressed by my pegboard hanging skills?
Yes.
I didn't think I could do it.
That one looks broken.
The crack in it. Yeah. She of course notices the crack.
Did it come like that?
I'm not sure where along the stream of things that crack developed. I'm gonna say it came like that.
Okay.
Would that make you happy? I know, it stinks.
No, it's not that big of a deal.
What's going up? Oh.
We're ready for the very first item to go on the pegboard.
Now we got to. Those look too wide for the guitar neck.
You sure?
Did you try the guitar yet?
Well, let's try it out.
All right. So before she does the actual, I think it's too wide.
Let's see.
Yeah, it's way too wide.
You think?
Yeah, because you want it to sit here, not on the machine pens. Okay. because you're going to be knocking it out of tune. So can you bring it in one notch?
One notch.
See if that'll do it. And just right.
Look at that.
You might want to move it over a touch, but pretty much just right. Nice.
So,
Best tool in the shop.
why is a guitar the first thing to go on the pegboard? What did you say yesterday?
Well, Happy Shop is always got a guitar hanging on the wall. Here's put that on it. That's a nice tuner.
So Dad brought down a guitar to put in the shop, and that wasn't the only surprise for the brand new shop. Should have this over there. This morning, Mom said she needed help carrying something out of the truck. Brand new chop saw for the new shop. Mom and Dad hooked it up. And I was just thinking, I gotta get a chop saw. That chop saw was so nice working with. How am I gonna get a chop saw? Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad.
That's a beautiful saw.
So for years on the Homestead, we've been working with a skill saw, screw gun, impact driver, and a Sawzall. That's like everything that we've had to build quickly has done the job. And those are kind of the quick basic tools. Why is the chop saw the thing I was missing?
Oh, it's just so handy. You can leave it here, cuts perfectly every time. It's just such a nice chop tool.
I can see the speed that we've been working.
Speed.
I mean, building this table, building that, to be able to just quickly get perfect straight cuts,
Yeah.
it keeps the project moving. And this one is fancy. Show, what does this do?
Well, it does, obviously, it's just a, you know, it does the angles in this direction.
Yeah.
You know, 0 to 45. Actually, this one goes to 50. That's nice. And it also does a compound. All right, so if you wanted to cut something at an angle, say you want to lean it over, you're cutting a rafter or something, it'll lay over this way.
Oh, cool.
Both directions that way, so you can do a compound miter this direction and at an angle that way.
So when you come to help me build things, we'll use that. I don't know what that's for.
Nah, that's
But maybe they're just stopping to say hi.
all right now.
The Lego table was finished being built and the pegboard was finished being hung. That meant it was time to start organizing this shop. As you've seen, for the last month and a half, we've been clearing up this garage space, getting rid of things, rehoming things, and now it was time to take all the things that we've kept, all the tools and building supplies, screws and nails, and just everything that we've kept for working in this workshop, and find a spot for it. And this actually took a couple days. Mom helped me get started organizing this, and then I actually took over because it took a couple days and Mom and Dad went home by the time I was done. But now it's time for the big reveal, the finished project after a month and a half of working on this space. What does it look like?
Done! Oh man, do you remember what this place looked like 2 months ago? It was filled to the brim. Half of the stuff was stuff we were never going to use. It was a mess. You couldn't even walk through here. Now, after about it's coming up on 2 months now of working on this space, getting rid of the things we didn't need, cleaning, organizing. This is a Homestead workshop. Kay and I have spent hours, so many hours down here working on clearing this space, making it usable.
and it feels so good to finally be done with this project. Me and Case, we spent almost 2 months, even while we were sick, we were coming down here when we felt good enough to move, and just taking time, getting rid of the things we didn't need, organizing the things that we did, clearing this space. And then, as you saw at the beginning of this video, my parents came down for a couple days. My dad helped build this awesome table. My mom helped do some of the organizing of some of this stuff and clearing this space. And for the last couple days, Kay and I have been back down here just perfecting it. Today, we spent all day finishing it, and I didn't get Kay in any of the final video, but I have to say thank you to her, because this is my workshop. Not that she can't use it, but she's just not interested in spending a whole lot of time here. She keeps saying this is your space, and she spent all day with me. I also wanted to thank my parents for coming down and dedicating pretty much their whole trip to helping us build this table, get this workspace ready. For about 15 years, I worked with my dad. My dad is the kind of guy who has an organized shop, an organized truck, all his tools in their place. And for all the years I worked for my dad, I was the complete opposite. I was disorganized, messy, I lost tools. There's toolboxes over here that are my dad's with tools in them that my dad had in high school that he gave to me, and now sadly, admittedly, the wrench set is missing some wrenches. For all the years I worked with my dad, I lost stuff and I was disorganized. But he always tried to teach me, like, put the tools back where they belong. This is where stuff goes. Then I got married. Kay is a very organized person, and she for years has been putting up with me being disorganized and losing things. So to the organized people in my life who for the last 30 years have been trying to get me on board with putting things back and having a special place for everything, in its place. I am so excited. I have already seen what having this clear, organized workspace is done, how quickly we were able to get things built when my parents were here, when they did the kids' projects. I've been doing a couple little things as I've been getting this space set up, and just having the tools, the batteries charging, the saw set up, it's just moving so fast. There's a couple things I really like about this space I want to show you. Come here. The table, that's the Grampy Jojo workbench right there with the chop saw that my parents surprised me with. We were using their chop saw all weekend, and now I have one of my own. Really sweet chop saw. Thanks, Mom and Dad. And awesome table, awesome workspace to use. This is cool. This piece of furniture was the first piece of furniture Kay and I ever bought for our apartment when we first were married. We got married, we moved into an apartment, and we bought this as a kitchen. It was our kitchen counter. We had a wok on it. This thing has been our whole marriage, 10 years. This has been following us wherever we go. It's an IKEA piece. We got the screws, then we got the drawer for nails, and then down below is kind of just random hardware stuff. A couple old toolboxes that were my dad's with tools that he gave me, like the wrenches he had in high school. There are some wrenches missing, but no more, Dad. I'm not gonna lose tools anymore. Oh, this is sweet. That was the last parting gift for Mom and Dad on this last trip. They gave me this little speaker, which I can listen to podcasts, I can listen to music. Puts out some good sound, that little guy. So charges the phone. The Pegboard. The Pegboard is the key to staying organized, having the tools in their place. I got my straight edges over here, my clamps, then we get to the hand tools, then the power tools, and over there is kind of like safety cords, just a couple random things. Of course, gotta have the guitar, as Grampy said.
Happy shop, happy garage, gotta have a guitar.
And that buck up there, that's cool. That buck was the first nice buck I got off of this farm. I got him a couple years back with my daughter. Before we lived here, we used to come here and hunt every year, and I got that buck off the property. So I thought it'd be nice to put him up in the workshop, kind of overseeing everything. I put this hookup right here, solely for the purpose. When I walk in,
to the workshop to get some work done. First thing I do, because it's nice and warm in here with that little heater running, is take my coat off. And I was like, where am I gonna put my coat? My dog whistle, boom, right there on the hook. My coat, my dog whistles, everything will be right there every time. Ready to, you know, when I'm done for the day, I can just put them right back on and head out the door into the cold. It's little things like that, little customizations that make setting up your own workshop so much fun. And the reward that you get after a month, 2 months of work, clearing a space, simplifying, you know, rehoming the things that you're not using, this is the reward. There is so much space. I can pull a whole vehicle in here, a truck full of lumber. I can unload it into the workspace. I can store the lumber. I can work right here, right in the middle on projects. There are so many things to build and create when you're homesteading, and I've never had a good, clean, organized space to do that in. We're gonna be so much more productive this year, which is really important because we have so much big things coming this upcoming year. 2019, we have calves coming. I should say calf right now. We haven't yet found out if Luna is pregnant. We're not hiding the answer from you, just we're waiting on results. We have hopefully some does and some bucks coming from our goats. And most importantly, we have baby number 5 on the way. So time is going to be short, and the time to do work on the homestead is going to be less than last year or the year before. So we need a space where we can make the most of our projects. And it hasn't come a moment too soon because we have a big project that we need to work on. Tomorrow I got to get started on this. Oh yeah, there it is. Big IBC tote, another chance, guess below. We have a really big project that we have to start right away this week. We got the workspace done just in time because I got to turn that into something very important. Guess below, what do you think we're gonna do with this IBC tote? And you will see that in next week's videos. Be sure to leave any questions, hashtag Ask Homesteady. There's gonna be a change to Ask Homesteady, which we'll talk about in tomorrow's video. And you will see how we're still doing it, no worries, but we are changing the format a little bit. And there's some other changes coming to the channel. We took some time, during our time off, we thought about what we wanted to do and how we wanted to run this show. So stay tuned for all the big changes, the good stuff coming, and the amazing year with lots to do and less time to do it.
If you like our show and you want to be sure it never goes away, at least not for more than a couple weeks while we set up a podcast studio, you can become a Homesteady Pioneer for $5 a month. Click here to do that. You get bonus content, classes, and all kinds of other stuff. You can learn more by watching this video or become one by clicking right here.